Hi, Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, or whatever you celebrate. Happy Hanukkah. I was born on Pesach, the Jewish Passover. Pesach. My daughter is born on Christmas, December 25th. I'm born on Pesach, which is Jewish Passover. What was I gonna say? I was really irritated a moment ago because I found out through the divine that the woman who I don't say her name honestly because I think she gets off on it. You know what I mean? Like she's not all there. Well, clearly, obviously, I don't think I have to prove that point here. But so what I've learned from God, from the divine, from the angels, my spirit team, what I'm learning today, or what I've been learning, is that I guess the cult that she became a part of, her uncle vouched for her. Yeah, her uncle vouched for her. And if you know who her uncle is, I don't give a fuck him. Her uncle is Salvador Diaz. I'm not scared of him. There's no power in that name anymore. That fool's been trying to kill me for 3 years. Help her kill me. And I want to tell you guys why, okay? Before you guys get all hot and bothered about what the fuck I just said, sit your asses down here, okay? Listen. She lied to him about me, or he wouldn't have stuck his neck out like this. These people invested in Moniz. I said her name, fuck her. These people, this cult, and all these people invested in her to take me out for some type of contract, but by the end of the year or some shit. So, and little does she know, or maybe she does know, that she was going to be the sacrifice next year. They were waiting for her to take me out so that they could take the energy from her next year. She would have been next year's sacrificial lamb. Anywho, I'm not gonna spoil their plans, but her cult is definitely not happy with her because she misled them. She lied, and the reason, and there's a lot to that. So people who practice energy vampirism, they do things like cloak themselves in people's essence. And one of the ways they do this is by projection. So it's like a psychological. If you want to listen to, like, I don't know. This is for target audience, obviously, what I'm saying. But so, energy vampirism is when people project onto you. They do psychic attacks. They mess with your psyche. They fuck with your head by gaslighting you. They project all these things onto you. They'll make you purposely have bad, fucked up days. They will fuck with your shit on purpose in any which way they can. And these groups of individuals, they will, I have, there's a woman that helps me is, how do you say, a mentor of mine, or another spiritualist that I follow online. And she was talking because she gets gang stalked too. A lot of chosen ones get stalked. A lot of us get gang stalked because these people want to harvest our energy, our natural pizzazz, our charisma, our creativity. That's your sacral energy, your creativity. They don't have collectively their own creative ideas, so they come together in groups and gaggles and gangs and cults and do shit like sacrifices. What I realized today is that these groups have not disappeared over time. These spiritual groups, cults, or whatever you want to call them, these spiritual things never went away. They never died down. They just changed the names of what they were. What was called spiritual practices back in the day is now science. Science is the same as a spiritual practice. It's just a different name. I'm not saying that everybody who, does science is performing rituals, but I'm also not saying that they're not, because also according to the divine, the people at CERN opened some type of portal to the underworld, which is kind of stupid. One, there are already portals to the underworld on the earth. And two, yeah, I don't know, that's just retarded. But no, there are these secret societies apparently. I thought, a lot of the things that are made in movies are based off of influences of things that already exist. And then there's the opposite effect where things that were made in movies inspired people to create those things. So whatever happened first, the chicken or the egg, these groups do in this time exist. Going back to my point, the woman who has been stalking me had her uncle, Sal, vouch for her. Now, he's a career criminal that is like never getting out of prison for his crimes and all of that good stuff. And, but he has a lot of juice because he's the leader of the MA. I have no fear. Fuck these people. Not fuck the MA. I'm not, well, these ones, I'm not saying, calm down, okay? I'm talking about specifically this group. And if you're from the MA and you're supporting these motherfuckers, you're already in the wrong because they're chomos. They're child molesters. They are that. So if you fall in line with them, fucking, I don't give a fuck about their ranking, then you are taking on that jacket. Guilt by association. La familia does not defend child molesters. You're not supposed to do that. This crazy bitch, Monique, she molests her own child. She does weird shit. She's bi. She's weird. The divine be telling me all kinds of shit. Like, it's true. I have no reason to fucking lie to you people. Like, she's crazy and satanic. Like, I don't know how you guys don't see it out there. But anyways, no, that bitch is nuts. She's been nuts. She's been nuts. She hid it well for a long time around people because she uses things. She uses chaos magic, glamour spells, sympathy spells. She uses magic to manipulate people, and that's what happened here. So the reason Sal the reason the cult, the reason that all of everybody who fell in with her is fucked right now is because she lied about me. She knows what I am. She knows how spiritually connected she knows. Did she tell you guys about going to a practitioner and having one of my ancestors jump in the practitioner's body and tell her to stay the fuck away from me? Did she tell you guys about that part? Yeah, there's a lot of shit that she hasn't told you guys. Of course not. Because she thinks that she thinks the spirituality thing is one of those things where you can fake it till you make it. She's banking on that. She's like, well, which, no, it's not one of those fake it till you make it type things. You cannot fool source. You cannot fool the divine. You cannot fool God. You cannot fool the universe. But she's been getting by on that for so long, doing these destiny swaps, that she thought she could do it with me. But apparently nobody explained to this bitch spiritual rankings. And that's where we fucked up. Or where she fucked up. I didn't fuck up. No. She knows who I am because she got that letter in the mail about my inheritance. And there was a letter attached to it about who I am. But she's probably too arrogant and ignorant to actually do the research as to what and who I am. No, I'm the royal race. I'm the, and I have to define that. The immovable race, the Sethian race, is, if you read like the Jubilees or the Enochian Keys or, the beginning of the world, whatever, I am literally related to God, like the actual God, like Jesus. Like I am the Jesus draconian bloodline, the dragon bloodline. I am the dragon bloodline. I am the phoenix bloodline. I'm both. My dad, who raised me in this life, was actually my uncle, and my uncle was actually my dad because some shit went down. And I got sold out. I got sold out because of what I was. I got sold out to some weird government programs, or I don't know what did they say? I got sold out to some program, and then something called a monarch program or some shit when I was little, because I could do things even when I was little that freaked them out. And I had a lot of binding put on me. I had a lot of stuff done to me on purpose as part of some like experiment shit. And yeah, I've technically been on my own since I was 10 years old, looking like a little white girl, growing up in the streets of San Diego, and I'm not a hoe. I've never been a hoe. And that pissed this girl off a lot. So that's one of her favorite things to try and throw on me, is that I was a whore. No, I'm not. The videos that they pass around with me in having sex with my ex, there's only one person in those videos. If I'm a hoe, I'm not a very good one, because I only had one client the entire time, and it was the honey trap. My ex, the honey trap. So yeah, no, I was never a hoe, and that pissed her off, because she didn't understand. No, I used my brain when I was younger to figure out ways to survive without being a hoe. Now, I went through shit. It was not, I went through shit. I've been through shit. Oh, I've been through shit. But no matter what I've been through, I always land on my feet. So now this woman, I guess, owes this cult a contract, a sacrifice, a blood oath, a blood sacrifice. And she couldn't get me. And so she keeps trying to target my daughter now. So now I'm going to speak directly to her regarding that. Hello, Monice. I know you stalk me from other pages on Facebook. I know you have your friends stalk me from other pages on Facebook. And I know that you know. I know. You know what I heard today from the divine, Monice? I heard that when people are standing around you, they have to hold their breath because they can smell the rigor mortis on your body. I also heard today from the divine that you have internal bleeding in some of your organs. Are you sure you want to keep cursing my daughter? Are you sure you want to pursue that route, going after my kid? Why don't you do something for a change and spend some time with your kid? Or maybe not, since you are a female child molester. I know everything else, yeah, I know that. Of course I know that. And I also know, whether you know it or not, that somebody somewhere has video of you molesting a child on their phone. Somebody somewhere has a video of you molesting your child on a phone. Somebody somewhere has been holding that in case they ever needed it. So, yeah. I'd take that time that you have left and spend it doing something other than pursuing my child. Did you not get the message when my grandmother jumped into the body of your friend and told you to leave me alone? You didn't get that message. You didn't get the message when I told you that your organs were failing and then you went to the doctor and found out that they were. You didn't get that message. How about this one? You keep speaking my child's name or even thinking about my daughter, and one more organ is going to fail every time. And anybody who helps you pursue my child will have the same fate, and they too can be walking around in stage 1 decomp. That does not exclude corrupted bishops or stake presidents. If anything, you better make sure my child has a good birthday today, because the only reason she's not in my life is because of what you guys did. Stay in your lane. Unless you're that eager to die. In which case, by all means. And to the cult that she lied to, she manipulated you too. She cloaked herself in my essence and pretended to be me to her uncle. That's why he stuck his neck out and vouched for her. She was never going to get me. She thought that this was something you could fake it till you make it type thing. I don't know what type of education you guys give your members, but you clearly did not teach this one about spiritual ranking. And also, it wouldn't have mattered because she's dishonest. There you go. She's not getting any blood sacrifices by the end of this year. She's not sacrificing me. That was never going to happen. I have a channeled message actually today. I had a channeled message this morning from some of the demons, demonic forces that you guys conjured up or contracted with. The message said, we're having a grand old time over here laughing at the karmics who contracted us. We knew they were never going to get the chosen one. It was all a trap. So, enjoy your Saturnalia, Shaitan, my uncle, and I'll stay in my lane with Elohim, my dad. Have a nice night. Oh, and everybody else, don't worry about that. You guys are doing great. Just keep your heads up and have a great Christmas. I made a steak, beef, sirloin, tri-tip sirloin steak, and sweet potatoes and some other stuff. I kept it simple tonight, you know? Anyways, I'm gonna go to bed. Have a good night.